Netflix, you don't need cable. Hop on YouTube, welcome to the hood table, where we chop up locally and globally, Vince vocally. You don't really wanna miss out on these conversations. Just joke a little, laugh a little, get that wine in your system, fill your glass a little, expose current events, talk trash a little. You never know, these opinions might clash a little. They addicted to the content, gotta binge watch. You don't like it, then you want invited. Bet your friends watching in the house and your job parking lot before you're clocking. They don't wanna miss a second of this HD content. Everybody think they got something to say, so it's an open invitation, bring it to the table. But if you come whack, just know we ain't buying in. We gon' probably turn your back until you start trying again. Yeah, welcome to the hood table. You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Yeah, welcome to the hood table.
You don't need Netflix, you don't need cable. Hey everybody, welcome to the Hood Table one more again. Thanks for tuning in. Sorry I'm late. I do apologize, but I literally just finished doing an interview. The interview was at 7 on the Hood Table channel. If you missed it, it's still uploading, so it's still there, still processing, so you can go check that out later if you like. But it was a really interesting interview that we did with the daughter of an elderly couple who they claim were attacked by some racist neighbors. And that's what the interview was about, the last interview we did. And so if you want to check that out, go ahead and check it out. I guess right now the family is trying to make some changes within our local police department. I don't know if they're going to try to press some type of charges against other parties that were involved where there were no charges initially. So I'll try to give y'all the updated information on that later in time. But in the meantime and in between time, if you missed that interview that I just literally did, please check that out. And
or whatever, and I'm like, I could see somebody taking my gun and shooting me with it.
Not a gun either, because I know sometimes I can be really hot tempered. I know that about me. So I know if I get a gun, it might be times where I'm like, oh, maybe I shouldn't have this on me right now, because sometimes people just react, and sometimes you don't know how you're going to react. And
exactly.
I've never bought a gun before. That's why.
Yeah. I'm like, I could see me either shooting myself or somebody snatching a gun and turning it on me.
Exactly. Hey, Cece, is this my cousin trying to come into the live? Cece? Unmute yourself, C. I'm trying to.
Hey, I am the person that John Coleman was fighting my boyfriend. He actually did have the meat hooks, and he was going at my boyfriend. I have the videos of it.
This is who now?
The daughter, G1 Williams. I am the girl that D1's father supposedly did not have meat hooks, but he had meat hooks, and I have videos of him going at my boyfriend with them.
Oh. So
yeah.
You're the girl that they claim was making racist remarks to the neighbors?
Yes, I am the neighbor of them.
Were you making racist remarks? But were you making racist remarks for over 2 years?
No. No, they started first. They call me fat. They call my mom fat. They beat on my car. One day my dad was leaving for work. Mr. John Coleman came out. He was punching the windows of the car. They threatened me.
They harassed the other neighbors.
I have videos of it too, ma'am.
Now,
is my YouTube
what
channel.
What do you mean by threatening you? Like what kind of threats?
I'm gonna get my granddaughter on you. Something's gonna happen to me. That they're gonna shoot up my house.
Mm. So
Like I shouldn't
now,
be scared to walk up my own street without them recording me.
now your
They
story.
take pictures of us all.
Now your story is quite different from what they were saying. So,
Yeah.
but what they mainly were saying was that for the last few years that you have harassed them and used racial terms like the N word and other words, and that it was condoned by your mother because it kept continuing, and that they called the cops over and over again on you. So what do you have?
Ma'am,
What do you have?
I only called one time of the race or slurs. I only called them. They were the worst people I ever did meet, and I did call them one time the N word. That was the only time I called them the N word.
Just once?
Just once, ma'am.
So what was the other complaints about then? Because they said there was like over 100 calls made to the cops on you.
Because the wife would come out and start stuff with me while the husband's working. And then she would tell the husband that I did it, that I caused it. But she came out, she caused it. One day she was mowing her yard. My mom was in the house by herself leaving for work. And all she said to my mom was, "You're big B, you're big B, you're big B, pig. Fucking dinosaur." That's what she said to my mom.
Wow. Okay, so let me ask you.
I have a video of that, ma'am.
Let me ask you, because somebody did send me the video. I didn't know who it was, but somebody did send me the video. And somebody has said in the chat on the prior live that they called that man meat hooks. Why do they call him meat hooks?
My husband, he like cut him with his knife right here. He had a knife and he cut my boyfriend right here.
I want you go to the channel to watch the video while I am posted. Tell her go watch the video.
Okay.
She wants you to go watch the videos that we posted on the channel.
Okay. Okay, I watched the video, but you explain to me, because we heard their story, and somebody had. I'm sorry, there's some back feed. Somebody had Do you have another window open?
Huh?
Do you have another window open?
No, I only have this open for the chat.
Okay, so you don't have us playing on nothing else?
No.
Okay, because it was some Okay, so I want to ask you, I know somebody had commented in the chat and said there's two sides to every story, and I said, yeah, you're right, there's two sides to every story. So you explain to me from your point of view what happened on Monday.
Okay. So on Monday in the morning, I was there with my mom, and she come out one time and she was recording me. I asked her why did she have her phone out, I was up there talking to her, and then later on that day, I was up there talking with the old lady. She is from Germany. I was talking with her. I gave her something, like a candle holder, and she had her phone out recording me. I go down the street, and my brother is like scared to death of her. He like cries every time we're inside the house. And
why is he scared of her?
I don't know why he's scared of her, but every time we're inside our home, he cries. I don't want to be here, sissy. I don't want to go outside.
And that's because of Mrs.
Mrs. Coleman and Janet and John Coleman, Mr. and Mrs. Coleman.
Okay. And so they were recording you, and then what happened?
And then I asked her why is she recording me, because I don't want to be recorded by her phone. I don't want to be in her phone, I told her. That's all I told her. I don't want to be in your phone. And then afterwards, a couple of hours later, my boyfriend arrived. And he was going for a walk. I don't understand why he would go for a walk with these hooks. If he would go for a walk, especially when he's walking in front of my house, and he don't like us, and he has these hooks. He kicked my boyfriend's car. He sliced it with his hook. I have a scratch on the hood.
Mm.
We have a scratch on the hood from his hook.
Okay, and
And,
then what happened?
and then my boyfriend got out of the car saying, "Why did you kick my car? You know, like, why'd you kick it? You know?" He goes, "You come at me, I'm gonna take all your hinges off the thing, like, bust your hinges off of it, take all your hinges off." Like threatening my boyfriend about, and he hit my boyfriend with the hook like many times.
Mm. Okay.
And then afterwards, we were all, and his wife told me to get out the car. When I was getting out the car anyways to help my boyfriend out, and she grabbed me by my hair. So if I get grabbed by my hair, I know she grabbed me by my hair first, and then afterwards, you know, if you get grabbed by your hair, you're gonna end up getting angry. You're gonna punch somebody, you know.
No, hold on. Let's just backtrack for a minute. So you're saying that, okay, from what they're saying, your boyfriend backed into the man
No.
with the car, but
Their
you're
story.
saying the boyfriend, you saying the man hit his car?
So, I want you to go see.
No, he was walking in front of the car. He was on the sidewalk. We was by like the light pole. You see the light pole? You seen like their house is across the street. We were in the street. He was on the sidewalk and he kicked the car. We didn't hit him. We didn't attempt to run him over. He just kicked the car and scratched it and walked on the side of the car.
Okay. And then you saying y'all both got out the car.
And he got out the car to see what happened, you know. And he had these hooks in his hand.
Go watch the video. I want you to watch the video.
And I did see a video. Are
you ready? Are you ready to watch the video? Are you watching now the video?
Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second.
Okay, Gary, get out of here.
Could you post the video one more time?
I cannot because I'm on this live.
Okay, so you don't have another phone where you can post the video?
No, ma'am.
Okay, let me try to find it. Let's see.
It's the name is Fake News.
Ask them to put it on the front of my truck. I can't put it.
Okay, quit, Gary. I'm unimportant.
I'm just saying.
Okay, I think hold on.
The guys are mean.
1 second. Because I saw the video, but I really didn't. Because I was getting ready for my next show, so I didn't.
I'm sick of you, motherfucker.
Ooh. Let me see if I can play it. Let me see. Hold on 1 second. Can y'all see that? Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if I can make it bigger.
That's okay, ma'am. I
Okay.
can see it perfectly.
Okay, let's see what y'all sent me. Man, how do I get to play?
That just shit up the head, bitch. I'm sick of you, motherfuckers. You better chill out, bitch. You don't run up on me. You run up on me. Watch out. Don't run up on me. I'll snatch you.
There's two different videos.
There's two different videos,
It
ma'am.
was two
And
different.
you asked Comfort that they won't let your mom see the video.
And they won't. And they won't let my mom see the.
You going in and out.
Probably.
You going in and out. You said they won't let your mom see what?
They won't let my mom see their their like video. They won't let my mom see the video.
The video from the house footage
Police
from the
station.
security cam.
Yeah, from that they showed the police, but they won't let us see it.
Well, okay, now let's back up. Let's back up. So both of you guys got out the car, and you're saying that the mother grabbed your hair.
Yes, she grabbed my hair when
Because
I was
what
going
they're
to go
saying-
talk to my boyfriend. Go like help my boyfriend.
Because what they're saying is that your boyfriend jumped out the car and him and the elderly man started arguing, and then your boyfriend kicked him in the chest.
My boyfriend never kicked him in the chest. Only when he threw the hook at his face first.
So you
Like
said
when he had those hooks, he did it to my boyfriend first, so my boyfriend kicked him.
okay, and then after he kicked him, and then what made you jump in?
I got out the car to help my boyfriend. And then she grabbed me by my hair, and I got very angry because my hair is my pride, and I punched her in the face.
Okay, and then they said your mother.
Because my mother came in, and she took the wife off of me and the husband off my boyfriend. She drug him off because her husband pulled a knife to my boyfriend trying to kill him.
A knife, or you said it was a meat hook, right? So what?
It was a knife. It
So
was
you
a knife
saying
double-bladed.
So you saying he had meat hooks and a knife?
Yeah, he had the knife in his pocket.
Wow. Well, all I can say is wow, because we're hearing two totally different stories. Like,
If you look on my if you look on the YouTube channel, I did post a video and you can see the knife and the meat hooks.
on where?
On this. It's like the white car in the street and they will pass it. It's just the white car in the street saying this guy had a knife. It's the
Okay.
title.
Okay.
Could you the video?
Could you do me a favor? Could you do me a favor?
Yes.
And back out of the show and re-upload the videos, and then come back.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Whoo, child. Cedric up here texting me like, and now he in the chat. Oh, child, this is too much. This is too much. Now for those of you who coming in, this young lady who just jumped on the live stream. She jumped on the live stream because we just did an interview with somebody who was accusing them of attacking her parents, accusing her and her boyfriend of attacking her older parents. And so I guess the young lady jumped on the live because she wants to defend herself. I didn't expect her to jump on the live. This is like, we supposed to be doing Friday Night Live, but it's any topics, no topics off limit, no holds bar show. So I guess she felt like I'm jump on. I don't know, but excuse me, but the stories are so different.
So what was the other side?
Well, the other side was the young lady that I interviewed earlier. Now they're accusing the young lady who just popped on the live and her boyfriend of well, first of all, they said the young lady she for the last few years has been harassing her neighbors, which are an elderly couple, mainly the lady, and calling her racial slurs like the N-word and just harassing her ongoing for over 2 years. And that the police have been out there, like 100 calls have been made to the police. So when the police came out this last recent time on Monday, because the elderly lady called again. So the police came out, and the police, what it said is that the police had told her this is the last straw, or this is the last time, or this your last warning, or something like that. So then they said that after the police left, not even 30 minutes later, the elderly man was walking out of his away from his home to go for a walk. And they claim that the boyfriend of that lady who just jumped on the chat had backed out his car and bumped him with his car. Not really hard, but, bumped him with his car. And after that, the elderly guy got upset and they got into an argument. Then next thing you know, they said the boyfriend of the young lady who was on the chat kicked him in his chest. Then next thing you know,
the older guy?
Yeah, and then they said the young lady who was just on the live punched the older woman twice in her face and attacked her. Then the younger lady's mother jumped in and the police came, and the elderly guy was the one who went to jail because they accused him of having meat cutters and cutting him with meat cutters and damaging his car with meat cutters. So now the young lady who was just on the live, she's coming on the live to defend herself. And she's back. So let me add her back on. Hello, CC. I think you got yourself muted, CC.
I put the video in the comments, ma'am.
Okay, let me go back.
I'm currently go back to the Omaha now.
Okay. Now hold on. Now the video that you put in the chat, hold on. I'm gonna go to I don't see any videos in the chat.
I made a link.
Huh. Can you just paste the link into the chat?
Yeah.
Yeah, just copy and paste the link in the chat so I can just open it up in the chat.
I did it.
Okay.
I did it in private chat.
Oh, okay. All right, let me copy and paste. Copy. Paste. Is it called When He Had a Weapon? Is it called When He Had a Weapon Going to Chase This Gentleman? He Has a Knife. Is that the video? Hello? Where'd she go? I don't know what happened to her. Oh, there you are. Is it called When He Had a Weapon Going to Chase This Gentleman? He Has a Knife? CC? Can you hear me, CC? CC, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Is that what it's called? When He Had a Weapon Going to Chase This Gentleman? He Has a Knife?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay, back out of the show and come back in. Back out and come back in. I don't know what's going on. This is too much. Okay, this is the video they sent me. This is the video they sent me. Okay, I'm gonna see what this say.
Oh my God! Oh my God!
You run up on me, motherfucker.
This is what I'm crazy. And a man boys like the boys show here, but they got. Yeah.
I've been fucking with her for 2 years. And we're this man, I don't know what you've been fucking with her for 2 years, bitch. And you don't run up to me, motherfucker.
It's kind of hard to figure out what's going on.
I know it's kind of hard. I'm gonna have Cece explain that to us because it is kind of hard to figure out what's going on. Cece,
Yes.
okay, explain that video to us.
That was when they were fighting. We were fighting. We were fist fighting. That was when, and he had a knife. He was taking it to my boyfriend to kill him.
Now there's no video footage. There's no video footage before that.
No, that was the video footage of him having a knife.
Okay, so there's no video footage of the incident where they said the car hit
No,
the elderly man.
I seen it with my guys. That he was in front of the car. We were in the street with the car. Because you see me in that video, I pulled it out of the street into the driveway. I took the car out of the street and put it into the driveway.
Okay, I just wish
so people could get through.
I just wish you had footage at the beginning of the situation.
I was gonna record, but I didn't know where my phone was. I just found it and I started recording that when he had those hooks.
Okay.
And he was going on my boyfriend with them, and that's when my boyfriend came in. After he hit him with those hooks, my boyfriend came and kicked him at the chest. And I told my boyfriend to get into the car.
Okay. And you guys weren't charged. You guys weren't charged with anything.
We only have we're going into court, but that's all. Like the ticket.
And what was the ticket for?
I don't remember. Like disorderly conduct.
Oh, for the fight.
Yeah.
Now I heard that the elderly man said y'all been harassing them for 2 years.
But it's the other way around. They've been harassing us for 2 years, wanting us to move out. Basically, they've been starting this with the other neighbors too. They live there longer than them. The other neighbors that are white too, they always yell at them. They're like overweight too, so they call them fat asses and trailer trashes.
So how do you think all this started? Like, I'm trying to be biased. I'm listening to your side. I'm listening to their side. But do you have your window down?
No, I'm driving on the freeway.
Okay. Is your windows up?
Yes.
Is your air on?
Yes.
Could you turn your air down lower? I don't want you to burn up and pass out, but could you turn it down a little bit?
Yeah.
It's a lot of feedback.
Yeah, it's off, ma'am.
Okay, I don't want you to pass out now. But,
it's okay.
So, can you kind of take me back to when all this started? Like, what do you think happened to pop off this animosity, this neighborly feud?
Well,
because they're saying that you, for the last 2 years, been throwing racial slurs at them and harassing them, but then you're giving a totally different story, saying that they've been harassing people and calling them names.
They told me, like, multiple times. They told they see my daddy. They're not in my life, so they like make fun of me for not having a dad. They told me my dad left me because I'm fat. But it's not true. My dad left because he was doing bad things to my mom.
But how did y'all even start in contact with each other? You know what I'm saying? Like 2 years ago. Let's go back 2 years. Like, how did it start happening?
When I was in my yard, she come out and she started yelling stuff at me. Like she started it.
And why would you think that she would start yelling stuff at you? She just came out her house and just started yelling at you?
Yeah, because I was friends with the neighbor. I am friends with the neighbor on the White House, and they had a protection order on them when we moved there. And they harassed her and harassed me because I'm friends with the girl that got harassed by them. They had a protection order, but they went to jail and the protection order dropped. For the same reason.
And
they told the people in the White House told me that they've been harassing them for 7 years now. They're moving too. I'm moving from my home because of the reason that I'm getting threats to my head saying I'm gonna die. Like they're gonna shoot me, they're gonna beat my ass till I'm dead.
Oh, so you're not moving because of the complaint, because they said that they made complaints to your landlord.
Yeah, I'm not moving because of that. I never got kicked out. I'm moving because I don't feel safe there because I'm gonna get killed. I read the threats all the time. They saying that if they see me there, like the other day I was just sitting outside with my aunt, and they said this guy drove by. He said, "Are you a little racist bitch?" And I go, "No, I'm not racist." And he goes, "Yes, you are. I'll be back and shoot your house up in a minute."
So somebody just out the blue, like, so you can't say it was them. It was just somebody, right?
Yeah, it was somebody out of the blue, like off the post of that girl that the daughter made.
So you think
but the daughter just made that post. It doesn't make sense to me because I think it's a bunch of lies.
So is this why you changed your Facebook name?
Yeah, I changed my Facebook name because of them. Because they're harassing me to my head. They're gonna kill me. They saying they're gonna kill me. They're gonna beat my ass till I'm dead.
Well, so where do you see this going now? Where do you see this going now? Like, what are your plans?
My plan is I'm getting a lawyer.
Okay. And are you suing for, what are you suing for? What are you getting a lawyer for?
I think I'm gonna go against Omaha police.
Now, why are you gonna go against the police when they're the ones who went to jail?
Because they haven't done nothing about them harassing us for the past times we called. They came into our yard trespassing us.
Okay, so so they saying that they've been calling the cops for over 2 years. So you're saying that you've been calling the cops too?
Yeah.
And you were calling the cops because you saying that you were being harassed.
Yep.
Oh boy, this is a lie. This is a lie. I'm trying my best. I'm trying my best to stay biased. Because I didn't expect you to come on to the live stream. I really didn't. So I'm just listening to your story, just like I listened to their story. Wow. So right now they said that you've been packing up and moving, that you've been moving out the house over the last few days.
Yes.
And what about your mom? Do you live with your mom, or was that? Okay.
Yes, I live with my mom.
Okay, so your mom is moving, and you and your boyfriend, do y'all like live with her or something?
Yes.
Okay, is that your boyfriend or your husband?
That's my boyfriend. I'm 16. I cannot get married at the age of 16.
Oh, you're only 16? Oh, okay. I thought you were older then. Okay, well, I do want to thank you for coming on and telling your side of the story. Is there any last thing that you want to say?
And my boyfriend is 18, not 20.
Okay, so
And he does have a license.
okay.
And
Now,
he
why?
does have transit.
So why didn't he show his license when the police were there?
Because we were just going to get the license. We were doing the driving test.
Okay, so he didn't have a state ID or anything like that beforehand?
Yes, he did, but he gave them the address and the phone number. That's all they asked for.
Okay, so whose car was he driving that didn't have plates on it?
It does have plates, ma'am. It's
Oh,
new.
it did have plates? Oh, okay.
It's new. It does have transit plates.
So it has entrances. So you just bought it. So it has entrances. Okay. Okay. Well, is there any last minute things you would like to say in your defense?
No, that's all. That my brother does not feel safe there, and I don't feel safe there either.
Okay.
I just wish that they would take all the posts down and quit threatening me.
Okay. Okay. Well, again, I want to thank you for coming on our show tonight and telling your side of the story. I just hope everything gets worked out for the best. That's all I can say. I just hope everything gets worked out for the best between both parties.
Okay.
And
So what do you think about the video? Do you think what she told you is fake?
Well, see, the thing about the video, CC, is like I said, I wish that like they have video footage from the house, from the security cam of when it first initially happened, and you have video footage of afterward, like after it got really, really heated. So I can't tell from your video how it popped off. Okay, I don't know what happened to her. Hold on, this Carmel Diva. Carmel Diva?
Hey.
Hey, girl, I'm sorry. I was trying to get her story out, but I don't know what happened to her phone. But she the last thing she said was she asked me what I thought about her video that she sent me. But what I was trying to tell her was your video is like much later into the situation, and the other person's video is like from the beginning.
So catch me up because I'm sorry, I've been outside in my garden. But so what happened? What's going on?
Well, I guess Monday there's this elderly couple, black couple, or of color. I'll just say of color because I think the mother is actually like Native American descendant, but and the guy I believe is black, but they had claimed that over the last few years they had been having issues with the neighbor, that young lady who was just on the line. She said she's 16, but I had heard she was 17, but she said she's 16, and that she been throwing racial slurs at them and harassing them and all kind of stuff for over 2 years, and that there's been over 100 police reports or 100 calls or something like that. And then I guess an incident happened again Monday. So the the elderly couple called again to the cops, and the cops came out. And from what I heard, they basically told her, this is the last straw. This is it. You know, this is the last time we coming out here. And so then the police left, and what the elderly couple are alleging or saying is that after they left, not even 30 minutes later, the elderly guy was going to go for a stroll or walk out the house, to go for a walk. And they're saying that the young lady and her boyfriend were in the car, and they claim they were probably waiting on them to come out the house to retaliate. And when the elderly man walked past the driveway, they bumped him with the car. That's what the elderly couple is saying. Now, the young lady is saying that the man came out with meat hooks, that he scratched their car, he kicked their car, he attacked her boyfriend with meat hooks. But what the black elderly couple is saying is that he bumped into them with the car, and then the black man, somebody bumped into the car, you up there irate, whatever, yelling, screaming, and the two individuals get out the car, the young lady and her man, and then an altercation happens. The elderly people said that the young man kicked the man twice in the chest, and the young lady who was just on live, she punched the older lady twice in her face and did all kind of other stuff. Then the younger lady's mother jumped in to try to, I don't know, trying to break it up or trying to help. I don't know, but it's so much. It's so much. And so basically it's two totally different stories. But anyway, when the cops came out, because somebody up the street called the cops when they saw what was going on, they took the elderly man to jail. So, you know, Robert Wagner, he found out about the story. He watched the video footage that the elderly people have from their home camera, their home security list system, and he jumped in the situation. He got the community involved. They were able to get him out of jail, get all charges dropped for the elderly man. And so they now, you know, are seeking to, you know, press charges or do something. And then the younger people, they talking about they getting a lawyer because they're going after the police because they're saying the police should have done something when they were filing complaints. The black elderly couple is talking about, well, the police should have done something when we were filing complaints. So it's two totally different stories going on here. And that's why I told the young lady who came on, I didn't expect her to come on. I didn't expect them to send me video footage. But she did send me video footage, and I can see that they were fighting. But like I said, it doesn't show what initially happened.
Right.
Well, I really can't say because because if somebody's claiming that somebody did something to them and they attacked them, tried to hit them with a car, and a fight ensued, you know what you expect to happen. So and then somebody else showed me a video footage of much afterwards when they are fighting. I can't really say who's in the wrong, you know, because I have to see what happened beforehand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
and the video didn't really clear up anything.
It showed them fighting. It did show them fighting, but I mean, we know there was a fight. I need video footage from this other person on what happened beforehand. Like, where's the footage? Yeah. But of course, they don't have that footage because they was in the car and got out, and then the fight, the altercation started. So they don't have the footage. The girl didn't start recording until she saw her boyfriend, you know, until her boyfriend was fighting. And Deborah said, are there police reports on either side? And that's what I was asking. That's what I was trying to ask the young lady. Like, what happened to y'all? Why are y'all filing a police report? Why are y'all getting a lawyer? Y'all didn't go to jail.
Right.
But she claims they're getting a lawyer because in the past they filed complaints and they feel like the police should have done more. But I'm
what more could they have done unless they went ahead with pressing charges before, and if they had proof of something happening, then the police could have went ahead. But what more could the police have done? It's a he said, she said situation.
And that's where it helps. It does help when people have camera footage. But it's like she has the camera footage at the end, and the other family, the elderly couple, had a camera footage at the beginning. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know what this child.
I mean, as far as people just riding by randomly saying stuff, why would somebody just? I mean, that I was trying to get on to ask her that, like somebody just randomly riding by. How do they know where you live? How do they?
Because it's posted. It's posted on Facebook. They posted the police report. The elderly couple's daughter, the one I interviewed today at 7. I got her exclusive on the situation. We interviewed at 7. And the young lady, I guess people from their family or friends, they were commenting in the chat talking about they got video footage, and they sent me video footage, but I was trying to hurry up and get ready for our Friday night live because that 7 o'clock interview went on until like 8:15, 8:30. So I had like 30 minutes to freshen up, use the bathroom, you know, get ready for the 9 o'clock live. So I didn't get a chance to look at the videos. I was just running around the house trying to get ready. So I guess she figured she'd jump on live since I didn't respond to their post video. Yeah. So that's her side of the story, and that's their side of the story. And I guess I don't know what's gonna go. I don't know what's gonna happen from here. I really don't know. It's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. But again, you know, their stories are totally different. Like the black couple saying that the young white lady been harassing them and throwing racial slurs for over 2 years. I mean, they saying that when the older lady is out in her garden, when she's watering her grass, when they outside, just throwing racial slurs. But then the young lady comes online and says that they initially started it a few years ago, calling her fat and calling her other names. So y'all, you know, y'all heard everything. The people who was on the 7 o'clock interview, y'all heard their side of the story. And the people on this Friday Night Live, y'all heard the opposing person.
Yeah.
So y'all take both of those and y'all let me know how y'all feel. And the people in the chat, let me know how y'all feel.
They say there's 3 sides to the truth: his, hers, and the truth.
Yep,
The
3
truth
sides
lies
to the
somewhere in between.
Yep. And that's one thing that the young lady kept saying in our last live at 7 o'clock. They were posting in the chat, there's 2 sides to every story. And I said, I agree, there is 2 sides to every story. But, you know, we on the outside looking in.
Right.
I only expected to interview one person. I didn't expect for somebody else to jump on the show, but that's what I get for dropping. That's what I get.
Right.
How old are the when we say elderly? How old are the?
They
couple?
were like, well, I guess I shouldn't say elderly because elderly is what, 65 and up.
Because in
Yeah,
that
something
video,
like that.
nobody looked old.
They
Without
like,
it.
they like in their 50s, I think, like 58, 50
Okay.
ish. So yeah, they not like 65, 70, 75.
Yeah, because I was picturing like older.
Right, but the man, he is disabled in one leg. They say he got injuries in one leg, and then the lady, she's also disabled, the wife. So basically, it was 2 disabled, older couple. I'll say older, and that got into a fight, altercation with the neighbors, and I guess this has been ongoing with harassment for over 2 years. So basically, like you said, Carmel Diva, it's like he say, she say, and that's probably why the cops never really did anything.
Right.
But that's still.
I mean, if nobody has any actual physical proof or photos, then you know the cops' hands are tied. What are they supposed to do?
Yeah, and I think this is probably the first proof. The video from the elderly couple's home security camera and the video from the young couple. I guess within the last few years, maybe nobody had hard proof, like on videotape.
Right.
So, and if you was on the 7 o'clock show, you heard me ask the young lady who I was interviewing, the daughter of the older couple, and I told her, I said, not that I'm saying your parents should move, but have they ever considered moving? Like,
and you know what this reminds me? Have y'all seen the episode of the TV series on ID channel, Love Thy Neighbor? Because this sounds like an episode straight out of it.
I think I seen that maybe it was a few years. Haven't been on for a while.
Yeah, it's been a few years.
Yeah, I probably seen that a few years back. Yeah, I remember that show.
This story would definitely.
Yeah. Child, I don't know because, like I'm saying, I'm not saying that they should move, but I have been in situations where I live with. I remember when I was living somewhere. I was living in Spencer Projects. I was living in the projects behind Dailies, and I had started dating a guy, and found out that his ex lived across from me in the other projects. And she was upset that they weren't together and that he was dating me. And so it was always an issue. Like, he would wake up in the morning, his car would be damaged, lights would be busted out, bricks used to scratch his car, lipstick, all this kind of stuff, right? And the police never did anything because they couldn't prove that she did it, even though we knew, because we would call him all the time, threatening him, cussing him out, all this kind of stuff, right? And then finally, wake up one morning and I got the same color lipstick that be on his car on my door. You bitch, woo woo woo, some, right? Now, mind you, they been broke up, like they been broke up. So it wasn't like I was breaking up a happy home. I wasn't like, you know, he wasn't cheating. And so after that point, we got into it. I walked across the street to her house. I knocked on her door. I told somebody, watch my son, because he was like 2 at the time. I said, watch my son, because it's about to go down. I knocked on her door, called her to the parking lot. She wouldn't come out. Her sister was there, refused to have her come out. Talking about, we ain't did nothing. They laughing, we ain't did nothing. So then, next thing I know, like 2 hours later, I get a knock on my door. I look out the door, and it's like a family reunion out there. They didn't call their uncles, their aunties, their cousins, their brothers, their sisters, their homies, their pastor. I mean,
wow.
You know how the parking lot is in the projects. The parking lot was deep where you couldn't even drive through the parking lot. It was deep. So they talking about, come outside. I'm like, oh, really? When I came by myself, she wouldn't come out. But then, like a couple of hours later, I mean, it's everybody down to the little kids. Everybody that showed up, like it's a family reunion. I ain't coming outside, so I get on the phone. I call my homies, I call my fam, my brothers, my cousins, the dude I'm dating. I call everybody. We out there arguing and all this. The police come. They talk to my side, talk to her side. Basically, they believe me over her because she tried to say I tried to jump her. She tried to say I tried to jump her, even though they got 1,000 family members outside. So, anywho, after that, the police was like, if we have to come back, it's going to be some tight citations. I called housing. They said, if y'all continue to have problems, people could face evictions. So, I told my dude, okay, you're going to have to move me. It wasn't that I was moving because I was scared, but it was like
inconvenient.
And I told him, if you want to continue to date me, you will move me out these projects. And that's what he did. And we got a house. So, you know, in some situations, it's not like you running. You just need a peace of mind. And you don't want to wake up every day to somebody screaming and cussing at you and keying up your cars and damaging your property. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's what we did, and that was the end of it. And then, you know, we cordial now and everything. I had kids by the dude, she had kids by the dude prior. You know, we cool now, but back then I was like, nope, because if we fight, I'm not trying to go to jail and I'm not trying to lose my.
I never had to go through any of that. I mean, I've had the little back and forth with females, but that was about it. Because, and I'm not saying I'm Biggie Badass, but I let it be known, look, bitch, I will drop you anytime, anywhere, at any point.
Okay, we have somebody else on the chat named KB. And KB said they can answer a lot of the questions that CC didn't. They also said the couple harasses most of the neighborhood. When people call in, they tell them the couple has issues and to ignore them. Okay, KB, what's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Hi. Yeah, I felt like she didn't correctly answer some of the questions. I think just because she's so young, and I think she doesn't quite really understand like what's all going on with all of this and like the severity of everything. And I think that there's just a lot of confusion.
Okay, now first, baby, let us know who you are. Like, are you dating or your friend or your neighbor?
I am her cousin, so I like know firsthand everything that's been happening, like with her family, and a lot of, you know, the things that have been happening in the neighborhood and the charges and the fight and everything. So I just feel like I could answer some of the questions that she didn't like clearly respond to you about.
Okay, now somebody asked, did you live in the neighborhood, KB?
I do not live in the neighborhood, but I do know there are a lot of neighbors who are on her side. And the gal who posted about her parents on the post, anybody who spoke out against them or had a different view of what they were saying was happening was deleted. She has death threats. There were people protesting outside her house. There's people talking on the post about shooting her, killing her, burning.
Hello?
Hello? Hello?
KB?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you went out for a minute. You said there was
Hello?
people protesting and burning.
Yes, there's like people protesting and like threatening to burn down her home, shoot them. Anybody who's connected to them like shouldn't even be breathing. Like I think that her voice just needs to be heard so people can know that there are two sides of the story. It was never about race. Like she is not a racist person. Like my family, we have all different minorities in our family. Like they are the least racist people I know. And it's just so crazy that this has been turned into a racial thing. And I feel like it's just so sad that like this is where it has led. And I think
so
that they were trying to raise awareness and to get money to bail the dad out. And then it just escalated. And now they're saying like her boyfriend hit him with the car and like just so many things. Like the police, like, and the neighbors initially, like everything, the guy went to jail because he had weapons and there were witnesses who saw what happened. But then I think that the police were worried because people were trying to protest and they were making this about like that, like if you don't let him out, then we're gonna protest and we're gonna do this and do that. And I just like, I don't know, I just think the whole thing has just really blown up out of proportion. And
So what started all of this? Do you know?
so the neighbors, apparently this couple, apparently they mess with people all the time, just like yelling things. She was in her yard one time hula hooping. She's a young girl, like she's 16, but she's still a kid at heart. She's hula hooping in her yard, and they called the cops on her because they said she was out there shaking it in the yard and she shouldn't be doing that. Like they just harassed the whole neighborhood. They have Hispanics in their household, so if people come and pick them up, they're out there yelling, you're an illegal because you're getting a ride. Like they're just like, they say that they're the racist ones, but they are so racist towards Hispanics and white people. And it's just so crazy, like the things that I've heard. And my aunt had actually called the Omaha police a few days before the incident on Monday because the woman, I think her name is Janice, she what's her name? Janice or Jenny? I don't even know her name. Mrs. Coleman, but she told her that something bad was going to happen to her kids before the incident on Monday. But she has been like doing things like Cece said, there was somebody else in the block who had a restraining order against them, a protective order, because they were dealing with the same things with the Colemans. And anytime anybody on the block calls, they say just ignore them because they have mental problems. They record people that like go, if you have friends or anybody shows up over there, they're outside recording and saying things. Like they're kind of, I think they maybe need to be medicated or something. I'm not sure.
Okay, KB. So what you're saying is that your cousin, because she said that they made calls and complaints to the police.
Yes.
So you're saying, and I think what your cousin was saying, is that the police be like, they got mental issues, just ignore them?
Yes.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's what the police have told them, is just to like ignore them because they have mental issues.
No, they should have went ahead and pressed charges for harassment.
Right. And that's why she said that like she feels violated, and she feels like when she gets a lawyer, like she wants to like go after the police, but I think she also needs to go after them because they have totally, like, this family has had to up and move overnight. Like, they have, this is defamation of character. Like, they have put her all over the internet. They have pictures of her personal information, pictures of her from when she was a kid. They put her address on there, her hometown, everything. Like, this family does not feel safe. Like, her 4-year-old brother is scared to, like, go home.
Now,
Like, this
somebody in the chat, KB did say that is not about what you heard; it's about what you know firsthand. So, have you actually witnessed anything?
I'm sorry, what did you say?
Have you actually witnessed anything, or is this just told to you?
My mother has, and my mother has videos of all of this. My mom just sent me a video that she told me to send to you.
And when was that video taken?
I think I'm not sure. It might have been from when they were protesting outside of her house on Tuesday, after all of this happened, threatening to beat my mom up and kill her.
Oh.
And who were making those threats? Was it the protesters or was
yeah, these are the people that the daughter had I guess collected off of her Facebook friends to come down there and make a fool out of her because of what happened to her mom and her dad, because her dad was in jail and her mom ended up with some black eyes from the altercation, and so they made this post.
Yeah, I did see the pictures, and her mom did have she had contusions and bruising and
yeah, and I mean I saw the pictures, and she said she felt bad. She didn't realize that she hit her that hard, and I mean, if somebody was ripping my hair out too, I would fight back.
See, the situation here is, again, like I said earlier, it is two sides to every side. Well, actually 3 sides: your side, their side, the truth. But when what you guys are saying is totally contradicting to what they saying, and what they saying is totally contradicting to yourself, it's kind of hard to decipher, what's what on several different.
Yeah, no, for sure. But I mean, I think that's just like, I'm just glad that you let her come on there and talk, because I feel even when even her or like any of the other neighbors have like gone on that post to even like try to like say a different standpoint of like what happened, like they delete it because they don't want anybody to know that there was that it's not what they're saying.
Yeah, well, you know what? We do interviews on here all the time, and sometimes there are serious issues, and we always offer. I mean, I didn't offer this to her because I didn't even expect to speak to her. I didn't even expect her to come on the platform. But normally, like, we tell people, hey, if you got a different side of the story, feel free to come on. So I wouldn't tell her that she couldn't come on. I mean,
but I'm glad she did come on and try to explain her side of the situation. And I mean, like you said, somewhere in between is the truth. There's some kind of issues, some kind of disconnect, and that's sad that basically none of them can live in peace. Yeah. They're not able to, be at home in your home. But I did want to say to Deborah, I'm reading your comment that you're fighting the elderly that has mental issues, but she's still out there. I mean, she's a young girl. She can't be expected to be in her home all the time. And I understand the elderly, but if somebody is, I don't know who attacked who.
I don't think they're that old. Like,
they're like in their 50s or late 50s.
Like, my dad is in his 50s, and my dad can kick ass. So, like,
you see, the thing about these couple is they do have disabilities. They might not be overly like 65 or 60, but they.
In the video, that man looked like he was moving around pretty well to me.
Well, I did watch the video. But you never know. Shoot, sometimes that momentum,
Yeah,
man,
that adrenaline kicks in.
that
But what
adrenaline.
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
mean,
say was, if somebody's attacking you,
It's
you
like
do have the right
fight.
to defend yourself.
Exactly.
And age, I say it all the time. You can be a kid, you can be elderly. Hey, let's do it because you have a right to defend yourself. But I don't know who started what, so I can't just say that she,
And see,
you
that's the
know,
thing. That's why I can't. And we're not here to take sides. We're not.
right,
no,
right.
We're
absolutely.
just
Like
here to listen and cover the story and let people tell their story. So we're not here to judge or you know what I mean, KB.
I got you,
No,
Jennifer.
yeah, I understand. I just feel like this is like a family who has like had to move their whole life overnight because of a fight like that she tried to defend herself in, or no matter what it was, like it was not handled civilly, and like it was like her information was put online, even if let's say they were correct and she started the fight, she attacked them. The 16-year-old girl who was leaving to go to dinner with her boyfriend decided to go attack this elderly couple and hit them with their car with like it doesn't even make sense. Like who in like people don't think like 16-year-olds aren't like, let's hit this old man with a car, but let's say that that's like the truth. Like, do you really think that like it is necessary to like ruin this whole family's life and put like them in danger and have people threatening to kill them? Like this whole thing is crazy, and there has got to be something more. Like they want something more out of this. They're trying to get like people to, I don't even know what they're trying to get out of it. Like this whole thing is just so crazy. Like this, my whole family is just like shook because like they don't even feel safe in Omaha, and like that's their home. Like this little girl can't even go back to school now. Her brothers can't go back to school.
She's still in high school.
Yes, like
Because
it's so devastating.
there was conflicting ages. Like they were saying, I had heard that the girl was 17. I had heard that the guy
No,
was 20,
she
and
is 16, and she's seriously like the nicest, sweetest, like shyest little girl. I mean, yeah, like we were all 16 and like you know, assholes at one time, but I just like it's just so crazy and it's so absurd that this has come to this. That I don't know. I think that these people have other intentions. Like they're wanting to get something out of something, and they're ruining people's lives doing it, even though they were in the wrong. They're like every day they're changing it to something new. Like today, all of a sudden, now they hit him with a car. Like it's
But
just,
what do you think they're trying to gain from all of it, from doing this?
I think well, like like today, or there's people that are following her Facebook, but now like she feels like she's like getting like fans, or like she's like thinks she can like she's like, I want to help other people, like we need to help my family. I don't really know what, I just feel like they have some other intentions, because it's not just about this. I don't know. It's just really mind blowing to me.
wow.
Like this is just like a 16-year-old girl who's like never been in trouble. Like they're not racist. Like they moved to Omaha a couple years ago for her, like she said, her real father isn't in her life, but her stepdad is, and like he works there. Like they moved there just to be a family, and they like this couple like harasses them all the time. Like this isn't the first I've heard about this. Like they have been harassing them for years, and like they say it's the other way around, but it's just so crazy.
I wanted to ask a question. How did you hear about this interview, this platform? How did you hear about it?
Thanks for asking, because I sure was wondering.
Well, because we saw her post. There's lots of people that are following her post because of the things that are being said on there about my family. And so we saw this interview on the post as well, and we thought we better watch it to see what other nonsense is being said. And we just thought that maybe she should get on here and speak for herself, because nobody's listening. And when we post on that post, or anybody like the neighbors, anybody else in that neighborhood who speaks out against them, they delete it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was actually me. That was actually me, because I didn't want. I didn't want the person on the show to be harassed.
Oh, no, I'm not meaning on the show. I'm meaning on her initial post where there's thousands and thousands of people talking about killing my family.
Oh no, well, I'll just say, when we interviewing people, I don't like people to be harassed. Like if somebody come in here right now talking trash to you, I'll remove those posts as well, because if I feel like this, if people want to say something, they should jump on the screen.
Talking. We wanted to watch that. We saw that they were doing this interview based off of her post, because
I have a question.
Yeah.
So these people have been harassing people in the neighborhood for a long time. Did the police have any other reports of people complaining?
Guarantee it. I guarantee you, there's hundreds of reports from my aunt herself or other people, because even Chantel said that one of their neighbors, when they moved in, had been there for 7 years, and they had a protection order against the Colemans as well, because for the same stuff.
So
this isn't the first time that this family has done stuff to the people in the neighborhood and gone to jail. But I think that this was just a really good opportunity, considering what is going on in the world right now with everything. And I think it was an opportunity for them to like make her look like she's racist, and to like get her father out of jail and make themselves look like they were the victims. And that's why I think it's so sick, because it was not about race. And
well, what I don't understand is how this, and again, I'm not taking sides. Y'all, they making allegations, y'all making allegations that either that, one was harassing the other. But if this been going on for over 2 years, my thing is the police obviously, I think, weren't doing their job.
Absolutely. And that's
regardless if they're right, or regardless if the other party, the elderly party, is right, or y'all right, it shouldn't be over 2 years of neighbors filing all these complaints against each other for harassment and racial slurs and all this other kind of stuff. And the police just always come out, and what do they do when they come out?
I mean, honestly, it's probably just been going on for so long that they're just so tired of dealing with petty stuff. That
no, they like, do when they come out.
We have other stuff to do.
This is just really strange. I mean, I'm sorry. Anybody else got something to say? Because I'm at a loss of words.
Yeah, I think it's extremely strange too. The whole thing is strange.
So my thing is this: they are following each other on Facebook, because you said you found out about this from her post.
Well, yeah, so what happened was I had posted the post and I had tagged the other party. So, and I told them to share it with all their friends and family, like we normally do when we do a show. We tag the person we're interviewing or whoever's going to be featured on our show, and they share it. So that's probably how they saw it, because obviously the girl who was in the altercation is following, the elderly couple's daughter, and probably vice versa. So that's how they found out. I was really surprised though on the last live at 7 p.m. when certain people was coming in the chat, and I just, like I said, I assume these people are on the other side with the other parties trying to defend them. So I guess I was right, because they jumped on the live for the Friday Night Live show. But yeah, I think the police should have done better, because I think it would have never gotten to this level, regardless who was right or who was wrong, or who, let's say hypothetically, who threw the first block, the rock, or the first slur or the first, you know what I mean? Like,
I agree
Yeah.
because I'm like, can the police are just telling everybody to that doesn't sound right for them to just say, well, you know, they have mental issues. Don't pay them any attention. I mean,
yeah, it doesn't make sense. It don't make sense. And even if that really happened, and even if the younger girl, the younger 16, 17-year-old girl, if that person was doing the racial slurs and starting the stuff, still over 2 years, and the police coming out over and over and over again to these neighbors and nothing was done. That's why it grew to what it is now.
Right.
And it's a shame. It's a shame. And like the daughter, when we was interviewing her at 7:00, I'm glad that they're looking into making changes in the police department, you know, because something should have happened on one side or the other. Something should have happened before now.
I say both parties need to. If the police have been called out this many times, guarantee you there are some reports somewhere. And I say both parties, if it's come to this point where there have been death threats and people are having to move like in the middle of the night because of all of this tension, I say both of you get the reports and take it to court because this is ridiculous. It should never have gotten to this point. The police are at fault and both sides are at fault. I guarantee you that both sides have done some dirt.
Well, I got Dejan back on in the live. The young lady that I interviewed earlier today at 7. Somebody got some clicking in the background.
Yeah, I hear that.
It's a lot of clicking in the background.
It might be my phone.
Okay, it's gone now. It's gone now. But if you want to jump on the live stream, feel free to jump on the live stream. I can drop the live stream if you want to say something against, you know, what KB is saying or something else in defense of you or your parents.
I just want to say one more thing and then I can be done. It just needs to stop. The post needs to come off because threatening a minor and posting pictures of her and her little brothers and their family and their address and all of that stuff is crazy. If you want to press charges or try to do whatever you want to do, that's fine. But trying to get people out there that want to shoot and kill children, it's disgusting.
I can agree with you on that. As far as releasing,
I'm surprised they even showed minors. I mean, here, you know, we usually see minors.
They have completely allowed it. Like the post has been reported, the pictures have been reported. They have completely allowed them to exploit a minor on Facebook, posting pictures of her personal life. People saying shoot her, kill her, burn her house down. You know, it's just crazy that this is being allowed. She is a child still, whether or not you don't think 16 is, but
so this is just on social media. I was thinking the news was showing the 16-year-old.
Oh no, this is this is on the post. But then even with this show that was posted, it was pictures of her and her boyfriend on it or whatever, for hitting elderly or whatever the title was for the headline for this show. I just think it's crazy that they're sharing so much pictures of a child and then she's getting all these death threats. It just needs to stop. If you want to handle it in court, whatever, but the death threats and pictures and stuff, it's just nobody is posting pictures of your children. This is somebody's child. This is my aunt's baby. It's crazy.
Yeah. And at the same time, 1 second, Carmel, I'm gonna let you in, hun. But at the same time, you know, from your point of view, KB, you might see it as, she's 17, she's 16. But like I said, y'all story is totally contradicting from the older story. And if you listen to the other story, it's like, I don't care if she's 15, 16, 17. If she run up on me, it's going to be some problems and some repercussions. You know what I mean?
Well, that's fine, but like
if
the
somebody
death
say,
threats and the
I don't
pictures.
care how old I am, 50, 60, I'm in my 40s. If a child, a teenager lay hands on me, it's on and popping. And I'll deal with what comes afterwards. But so that's what I'm saying. There's totally different stories here that we're hearing. And I get it. There's more than one side to every story. That's why I said I'm just listening. I'm just listening to both sides. I'm not even trying to judge or, you know.
I'm gonna.
What I was gonna say about your cousin, KG, why doesn't she make her Facebook private so they don't have access to her?
Oh, well, she's deleted them now, but they like went in and I think they found like old Facebooks and just different stuff of hers that she didn't even use anymore.
Okay, we got somebody in the chat named That Bitch. Do you want to stay on, KB, or do you want to?
No, it's fine. I said what I needed to say, and I hope that people know, like you said, there are two sides to every story, and I'm glad that you let her get on because everything else has been deleted everywhere else. So
Okay. Well, I thank you again for coming on to the show tonight. It was totally unexpected again, but still nonetheless, you know, thank you for
coming on with your side.
Yeah.
And trying to clear up some of this. I mean, I don't know how much it cleared up, but
yeah, because I'm like totally confused now. I'm like,
I mean, but I like hearing both sides because I don't want to just make a judgment on just hearing one side of a story. So, you know, I know somewhere in the middle is the truth, and I know both sides have probably said or done some stuff, and we'll just leave it at that.
Yeah,
but
I hope it works out for everybody. In the end, I don't know what's going to happen. I just hope it works out. Okay, Deanna said, "Hey, is this the only moderator I got in the house tonight? Thanks for moderating tonight, Deanna." You said be careful with the troll. Oh man, I know there's a whole bunch of trolls. That's why I text you this morning. Remember, you have a troll that's using your picture, Deanna, and they was trying to jump on Miss Gina's StreamYard, but she could tell that it wasn't you. And so that's why I text you. I said, "Are you on YouTube right now?" And that's when you said no. And I was like, "Yep, we knew it was a troll." But yeah, there's trolls all over YouTube. But somebody said you can get a quick recap. I'll recap it one more time. But if you want the real, let me say the initial story. Then you got to watch our 7 o'clock interview that we did earlier today at 7 o'clock. That's for one party's side of the story. And then this show wasn't supposed to be about the other party's side of the story, but it turned out that way. I had like 10 things I wanted to discuss tonight. Woo, 10 things going on in the media, going on in our neighborhoods, and I think we talked about one subject, and then the other parties started to comment in the chat and wanted to jump on the live. Yes, Deborah, that 7 p.m. show was good. Y'all got to watch that 7 p.m. show that we did earlier. But just a quick recap. There's an elderly couple who lives next door to a white couple, and the elderly couple alleges that the daughter of the white couple, who's a teenager, been harassing them and calling them the N-word and other racial things for over 2 years. They done call the cops over 100 times, and nothing's ever done. And then just recently on Monday, another incident happened. The cops were called. Then after the cops left, the elderly couple saying that the white girl next door and her boyfriend, as soon as they saw the elderly man take off walking down the street, they bumped him with their vehicle. And then they got out the vehicle, and argument ensued, and a fight ensued, and the elderly man was fighting the young guy, and the white girl was fighting the elderly woman, and it was a big old thing. And then the elderly guy was the one that ended up going to jail. And so community leaders and activists got together to help this family out and try to get the elderly man out of jail. And he got out of jail. And so I had asked the daughter of the elderly woman, the daughter was like petitioning for them and advocating for them on her Facebook page. And I saw the post and everything. And I thought this was like, wow, this story is crazy. The young people fighting elderly people, and so I asked her to come on and tell us the story of her parents. And so she came on at 7 p.m. We did an exclusive interview at 7 p.m. earlier today with her. And then I had 30 minutes to get ready for our Friday Night Live, where we talk about everything, no holds barred. You know how we do every Friday. Y'all can come on the stream. We can talk about whatever we want. And then those individuals on the other side that are related or friends with the white girl that stayed next door, they wanted to jump on the stream and tell their side of the story. So this was not planned. The way this show went tonight was not planned at all. You said the old man got hit by a car. Well, the older man said that they bumped him, like grazed him or bumped him, not like where you fall down, break a kneecap, a hip, anything like that. They alleged
say all this is alleged.
Huh? Yeah, I just said
all of this is alleged.
Yeah, I just said that. Yeah, alleged. I just said that. But yeah, I've been saying alleged all through the show. But yeah, so they alleged that he like grazed him or bumped him with the car. Then after that, the older man and the younger guy got into it. Then the younger white girl and the older lady got into it, and everybody was fighting, and somebody called the cops, and the older black guy went to jail. So yeah, a car, period. And that's what got me, Deanna, when they said bumped her with a car. But then when they came on the show, they like, oh, that didn't happen. He had some meat hooks because he works at Omaha Steaks, and he cut meat or something. He got meat hooks or something, and he attacked them with meat hooks and cut their car up. This is the older guy. They said the older guy had meat hooks and attacked them. So it's like two totally different stories going on here. Totally different stories. And I'm just sitting here like, you know,
this is a lot to take in.
Right, Deborah, you said this is like a movie.
Right. I mean, I've been dealing with my own, family mess all week, so I kind of been out the loop. But this is crazy.
Yeah, the one said, and I know I'm pronouncing her name wrong. Forgive me, babe. Forgive me. Please forgive me. But she said, watch the interview at 7. Matter of fact, I'm about to put the link in the chat right now for the 7 o'clock interview that we did tonight. Before what Deanna say? What she said?
She said everybody lying.
Deanna a mess. If y'all want some good entertainment, like for real, some good entertainment.
Deanna, wink.
Subscribe to Deanna Urban's channel. I'm like real stuff.
Wink, Deanna.
Real stuff. If y'all want some good entertainment on YouTube, y'all looking for some different YouTubers to follow or check out, that's my moderator. She will have you busting a gut. I mean, laughing your butt off with her videos. So yeah, I would definitely recommend her channel, like real stuff. She a mess.
Davion says, when you get a chance, go on my page. I never put any pictures of that little girl. I do not believe in promoting violence or breathing against anything against this little girl. All I asked for was a name.
And you know what? As far as the threats, like one thing I have to say, when people protest, you can't always fault the people who put the protest together for the
Right. I was
you
going
know
to
what I
say
mean?
that also.
Because somebody could be putting together a peaceful protest, and then somebody else in the gathering could say something that they probably shouldn't say.
Right.
So I don't want to just throw the threats onto the family. I don't want to do that. We weren't there, and that's why I said I'm not going to be like, oh, they telling the truth. They telling the truth. We listened to the story, and I have to say, some of the stuff, I'm gonna just be honest. I'm keeping it all the way 100. Some of the stuff that the other party is saying don't add up. But I wasn't there, and the elderly couple, I mean, they do have footage from when it first happened, when it first popped off. So, and then the white girl and her boyfriend, they got footage, but that was after it popped off and they were fighting. So, you know,
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch the first interview.
yeah, I'm gonna put the link in the chat.